So let's just bring a new bit of footage down here. Okay, so
I'm just going to say rotoscoping to make myself remember.
It is, yeah, rotoscoping. All right, so what you need to do here is actually a little bit different. So the first thing is double clicking into your layer. Okay, so that's now going to give you your layer.
Okay.
All right, so it's not part of your composition; it's actually your thing that you've put onto there. Okay, and then what you want to use is the roto brush. Okay, and this is basically like select and mask in Photoshop. So we can start to paint, and what this is going to do is it's going to select areas. Okay, and there's lots of controls that you can use to change this, like the size of the brush and what it's picking up here and freezing stuff, etc. There's lots of different selection tools, but this is basically how you can select people out of bits of footage.
Okay.
For example. Okay, so I've now rotoscoped this. All right, and we can see here that it's running for a certain period of time. Okay, so here you can see down on this timeline down here what it's picking up at what point. I don't think you've pushed caps lock. Oh. Alright, so we can see here, and what it's doing is it's figuring out, with this bar down here, what it should be copying at each stage. Okay, so if we move further along to here, it doesn't know, so it can't pick up anything from here. So we need to go in and we need to select it again. Okay, so basically what we're doing is we're turning this timeline into a series of different selections. Okay, but what you can see is it's clearly selecting this and not the background.
Right.
Okay, so we're saying, okay, I want to select all of that.
Just the face, just the body, I guess.
Yeah, we're going right to the edge of the hair here. And there are some refining brushes and stuff that we can use. So up in here, you've got refine edge, and the refine edge will just go around and really delicately pick up bits.
Yeah.
But for now, this is fine. Okay, so what that's giving us is we've cut this out. So when we go to our element here and we come back out of this, what we should have it cut out. So you can see now that your character is cut out of the footage where I painted it. So when this plays through, we've got the footage and it is...
So how do you make sure it goes on for longer when she's cut out?
So you just need to... So for here, you can see where there's not this little like checkered board bits here. Okay, that's everything that it is working within. Okay, so that's like an onion skin. So an onion skinning in animation terms is how many frames you can see underneath the frame you're drawing on. Okay, so here we can see that it understands with this little green line that the bit I painted over here is going to be the same for all of this.
Okay.
It understands what's going on for all of that.
So you just move this little tool here to make
so now I
that
know that okay, so the beginning bit has got all of it. Now you can see there's a line.
Yeah. What about the bits where it has nothing in it?
So I will come to this bit, which is in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And then I'll start to add a thing. You can see now that line is going across.
How did you do that? Like...
So I've just moved my timeline. So
Okay.
I've just moved this point. So let's go over to here. Let's just say there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, okay, now I'm going to make a selection. And you see now it understands, okay, I'm making a selection for this period of time. And it's working out what it's selecting, what it needs to select, what it doesn't need to select. Okay, so when we come out of this, and I can move my timeline along, and it's going to see if it can figure out if there's any changes. So it's good up to here. At this point, I'll then make some more selections. So what you want is this big green line running through everything.
So, but these bits, I don't understand why it's not like...
Instantly connecting.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been on these frames yet. It hasn't figured it out yet.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just moving my timeline. You can see it's rendering, and it's thinking, okay, on that frame, what's happening?
Yeah.
All right, and then when we come out of this, then what we should have, we should have like a fully cut out image that will play. Obviously for the bits that I've picked out.
That's creepy.
All right, but what that means is that if you've got a person, like I mentioned before about your masked figure, about how you didn't need to reshoot that because you've already shot it, just got to rotoscope it out.
Right.
So you know that piece of footage where you're standing in your lounge, your sister's standing in your lounge.
So you just cut the background out and then maybe have something bright and colourful. Like
yes,
maybe
and
natural footage from Abbey Gardens or something. Okay.
Yeah. So all of that stuff. But this is how, instead of having to go in and reshoot it against a green background and then key the background out, you can take your original footage and just cut it out using a rotoscope.
Okay.
All right. It is time consuming. As you saw here, like this isn't done perfectly, but it takes about 5 or 10 minutes to do maybe like 5 seconds worth of footage just to get it perfect. if you're just doing it quickly. If there's nice contrast, so like if
So maybe for the end bit, if I did that, then just rotoscoped it so the nature.
yeah, but if
nature
you've got
things
lots of
behind it.
bright and stuff that's moving behind it,
Yeah.
you don't need to go in and refine every edge perfectly because you won't notice it. Cool, rotoscoping.
Okay.